Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tel Cockerel for this week's international predictions show. We have no Premiership games, and therefore we know that I've had to look far and wide to find fixtures for you. So I will let you know now, straight away, that if you're looking for Premiership predictions, we have none. If you're looking for Championship predictions, we'll have none of them either. If people were thinking that Jose was going to go and was going to provide you with League One predictions, I'm afraid not. If you thought I'd go to dip into League Two, nah, I've given that one a swerve as well. National League, no, I swerved that. No Scottish Championship, no Scottish League One, no Scottish League Two, no English FA Trophy, no Highland or Lowland leagues in Scotland, no Irish Premiership, no Welsh Cup, no Coupe de France, no playoffs in Ireland, which are currently taking place this weekend. And I decided not to go to the Japanese J League either. So all these games can be found on BBC. There are other side websites available, but I went against the grain and I did not look for any of my matches on BBC. Right. So with that being said, I can see there are a few of you in the chat, and as I see your names, I'm going to add you to make it easier for me to start. I've seen Drula, for definite, she's here. Right, so at the moment I have, and before I say hello to everyone, I have got Adrian, Carl Simpson, David Cheer, Potato Stew, Lee Wiz, Ian Meth, Peter Kagayas, Big John, Drula. Who else can I see? I can see Spurs GCTVs here. Let me add Graham into the mix. So I now have Graham. We have Alan, Rakdots Madness. Good morning to you, Alan. Nice and early for you. I hope you are well, sir. We have you here as well. Mikey Romero, another person over the pond as well. It's very early for you as well. Good morning to you, Mikey. I hope you are well. I will add you to the list. And then I will say hello to a few people. And we have Roundtable Talk doing as usual. Roundtable Talk. So we have Nick. Nick, once more. It's a very good morning to you because you are also on the other side of the pond for us. So let's say hello to a few people, and then what I'll do is I'll get into grabbing more people. So we have Adrian. Ellie did hers about 2 days ago and says, bring it on, Jose. So if Ellie's around, I will add her to the group today. Got Adrian, who I've added to the group, says, good afternoon, Jose Ataro. I've said, if you're playing, please give me a yes or a thumbs up. I take it Carl Simpson's playing. Good afternoon, Carl. So is Potato Stew. Says hello, everyone. And yes, good afternoon to you, Potato. Lee Wiz here says, happy Friday, Jose Chat. Hope you're all good. I am well, sir. Looking forward to what we can bring for you guys today and for what you're saying. I know there's going to be loads of banter in the chat, and I may not be able to read all the banter because I'll be looking for the scores. We have got 16 to plough through to today. Ian Meth says, good afternoon, peeps. Hands up if you hate the international break. Peter Kagayas is here saying, hi all, 3:01 a.m. in Melbourne. Good morning to you, Peter. You have Big John. Big John says, afternoon all, marching on together. Good afternoon, Big Bad John. And David Shear says hello to everyone as well. Then you've got Lee Wiz saying that he's lying on his back with both hands, both legs, and my dick up because I detest international breaks. Graham is here, says afternoon, Jose, and all in the chat. Good afternoon to you, Graham. Rakdos, as I said, he was here. It says good morning, Jose, in chat. Drula, who I also noticed was here, says afternoon, Jose and the Cockerel crew. Let's see where Jose takes us. Mikey Romero's here, like I said. Hello, afternoon, Jose. Hope all is well. Good afternoon. Roundtable Talk says, can't tune in today. We'll give you my usual 2-1s across the board. And then we have a load of people saying hello to each other. Have I got anyone? Nita is here. Good afternoon. Nita says, hi, Jose. Hi to you all in the chat. Evening all from Paul G. So let me get Nita and Paul G into the show. And Nita and Paul G, just happens they're both side by side there. So we'll get them in now. There we go. You're in. So I've got you in so far. Johnny Bethnal Green is here. Johnny BG. El Vasco is playing as well. Let me add El Vasco to the list. There we go. El Vasco. That takes us to 18 players at the moment. Jesse's here. Says afternoon all. Good afternoon, Jess. Let me add you to the list as well. There we go. Who else we got here? Who else we got here? We've got Gus Parker, Chris Peters. Chris Peters says afternoon. Hi's in the chat. Gus Parker is here. Says happy international break. So let's add Chris Peters and Gus Parker to the game. Right, Gus Parker is there. So we'll add Gus to the game. If I get this out of the way first, it's much easier for me if I can get people across into the game instead of me having to search them afterwards. And now I have to find Chris Peters is here. Here we go. Get Chris into the show. That takes us to 21. Rob Belcher says, I'm here as usual. Good afternoon, Sir Rob. I hope you are well, sir. Nice to see you. I hope you've had a good week. I hope you've all had a good week for that same matter. And I hope that you have all got a brilliant weekend lined up for yourselves, full of fun and full of mystery and full of health to each and every one of you. Who else we got? Yes, Alan, I'm aware that you did that because I saw you put it in the group. I will watch that. I haven't as yet. I will watch that. Ronnie's here. Good afternoon, Ronnie, sir. Extensions and pleasantries to you as well, my son. I hope you are also well. So Ronnie gets added. Takes us to 23 at the moment. It's 27 watching. I've got 23 in the show. It's like the bloody Waltons on here. The way we greet each other, says Ian. And David Shear says, hello, Jose, the Godfather. He's been calling me that of late. Why? I don't know. Is it something I've done? David Shear, you really going to go 2-1 across the board? Boring. Boring. Big up. You've got Kuvas here. Says, big up, Jose. I haven't seen you in ages. And big up all in the chat. Good afternoon to you, Kuva, sir. It's a pleasure to have you here. And I know that you are looking forward to this today from what you've told me. Press the likes. Everyone says, Peter, I think I've caught up with everybody that I can see at the moment in the chat. Let me just take these people out of the way down here, and then we shall begin this trawling around. I wonder how many air miles we'll get this week. Certainly get more than what we've done in previous weeks. I'll tell you that now for no money at all. We're going to get lots of travel this week. The Tweedledee and Tweedledum, Dan Coys and Ryan G, haven't seen them yet. Look at that. As soon as I call it out, he's here. Ryan G's just come in. Ryan G, I'm adding you to the list now. Have we got anyone else here that to add? Not that I can see for the time being, which means we can start. Right. The first game that we've got for you guys this week is Harak versus US Shaoya. Harak versus US Shaoya. That's the first game of the weekend. What say you, predictors? And Destiny 5 has just come in. Bang on time for the first game. David Clark's here. Says he's been here 10 minutes. Didn't say hello, David. Didn't know you were here. And as always, just put in the scores as you would do as they appear. So Harak are the home team. US Chaoya are the away team. And I'll let you do that. And whilst I do that, I've got to add Destiny 5. And I've got to add David Clark into the show. Destiny 5 and David Clark. Okay, so we start with the are you taking the piss, Jose? No, I'm not. We've got a laugh from Graham. Bastardo from Ian Meth. Are you taking the mick in you from Paul G? Which continent, says Lee Wiz. Mad as a effing fruit bat, says David. Yeah, this is the first game. Like I said to you, I'll tell you after we've been to the games where we are. But for now, I will enter up the scores that people are predicting. And Kuva is going for 2-0 to Harach. I'm kind of giving it away with the pronunciations. Ratdos is going for 1-2 to US Chauya. Then we've got Carl Simpson is going to hurrah. He's calling it hurrah instead of Harach. 2-1 for the hurrah is what Carl Simpson's saying. I did say, I know people, if people read my community page, I did say 16 matches and I'll be taking people everywhere. I did ask people if they could guess where I was going, but no one responded. All I got was Daniel Coy saying, I'm accepting the challenge. 2-1 for Jess. 2-1 for Destiny. Destiny 5 is going for 2-1. And then we have Spurs Diehards is going for 2-1. Drew is going for 1-2. Drew Lala is going for 1-2. Big up John. Mikey Romero is going 3-1. Mikey Romero is going 3-1. And then we have Spurs GCTV is going 2-1. 2-1 for Spurs GCTV. Big John 2-1. Nita 3-1. Big John 2-1. Nita 3-1. Context, please, Jose. Ahaha, Drula 1-2. David Shee, is that your score? 1-2. And Harak, they're in good form, says Peter. So it's a 1-2 for David Shee and a 1-2 for his brother in arms, Peter. Let me find you both. Peter is here. 1-2 for Peter. Oops. Just do that one out of the way. 1-2 for Peter. 1-2 for Mr. Shear. Oh, come on. Don't tell me I've done this again. So I learned to press the right button, Jose. Yeah, so Peter says 1-2 to Harak. They're in good form. 1-2 Harak are in good form. Oh my god. I knew that there'd be loads of banter today. I knew this. And then we've got Daniel Coyser just to come in and says, what the F is this shite? This is the real game, Daniel. This will pit your skills. It ain't the usual. Said this all along. I was going far and few between, far and few, long flung wide parts of the world to get these scores. David Clark is going for 2-1. Right, Mr. Clark is 2-1. So get Mr. Clark in there. Right. And then we have Paul G's coming in with 3-1. Paul G, 3-1. Who else we got? Rob Belcher's going in 1-2. Kuva is guessing this is Egypt or near there. David Shear says it's Upper Mongolia. Ronnie's going for 2-0. I ain't writing these down. It's a hope and pray, says Big John. Ian Meff's going for 2-0. Ian, 2-0. The Wiz is going for 3-4. Ryan G is going for 2-0 to Harak. Ryan G, 2-0 for Harak. Potato Stew's going 2-all. Johnny Bethnal Green, sorry, getting my words out, is going for 3-0. So we have Johnny Bethnal Green at 3-0. Andy, LUC till I die. Andy, come in, join the game, mate. It's your first week. You're more than welcome to join. We need players. Are you going to take part, Andy? If you are, I will add you. Let me see. Has he added a score? Andy, add a score, mate. We'll get you in, mate. But it's nice to see you, Andy. Carl Simpson says this feels like Algeria. Where the heck are these teams from? David Clark says, just in my opinion, but it's a mockery. Why not just do a League 1 and 2 instead of these teams nobody cares about ran over? People were saying that's too samey what we do. And I said that I'd switch it up. Daniel Coy says, okay, I've just got to rely on everyone else having a bad week because it don't look good after seeing that first game. Chris Peters has gone 2-1. Right, do you know what? Play along with me because I know what some of you have done. Some of you have gone and looked at one of these teams to find out where we're playing and where we're coming from. The whole idea was to, you know, if you're going to do that, you're going to do that. So, Algerian League 2, says Ryan G. Daniel Coy says, I think it's Panama. Big John says, I've never heard of the fuckers. Johnny Bethnal Green says, Algeria, come on, people. Kuva says, Abdul Kadir, yikes, green and white army. Harak, is it in Algeria, says Lee Wiz. Ryan G, like I said, search the teams up. This is what I'm saying. Search the teams up. Right. I'm still missing. Am I missing anyone? Bear with me a second. I think I might have everyone that I've got into the show, just unless there's any latecomers. I assumed Rhino, yeah, Johnny, because I'm fluent in knowing what these places are. MIF. Algerian second division, says Gus Parker. Andy is playing. Andy, welcome again. I think you played last year, but welcome again to this random games that we've got. It's all fun, mate. Nice to see you join in. Till I die. So I've got you in there. Let me just put you in there. People are missing fun. People are missing the fun. This first game is just an entree. It's just an entree. We have got some games coming up for you guys, I tell you. And you have gone for Harak 1, US Chauya 2. Right. So I believe that we have everyone here. Give me Cheltenham or Southend, says Gus Parker. Hey, I guessed Algeria, says Carl Simpson. Right. So if anyone else wants to join in, let me know now. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to game number 2. Right. So for these people that you do know, I will tell you now, it is the Algerian second division between Harak and Roues Chauya that we are looking at. The next game, people, game number 2. People have just joined. If you want to join in, let me know. Put a score in. And I'll get you in. But otherwise, we'll move on to the second game. Let me just highlight Andy to say it's his first week this week. Right, so game number 2 for everyone. And as I'm saying this, please hit the like button. You see it on the ticker going down the bottom. Please hit the like button for the stream. It all helps. Game number 2 is Bravos do Marquis versus CD Lunda Sol. Bravos do Marquis versus CD Lunda Sol. Oh, sorry. By the way, can I just say, so you're all aware, I went for 2-0 in the first game to Harak. Adrian has come in with 2-0. Rob Belcher has come in with 6-1. Rob Belcher says 6-1. This week is just a free swing. It's a free swing for everyone. You've got Jesse's coming in with 3-1. We have got F me, it gets worse, says Big John. Andy's going for 1-3. Andy knows these teams well. He's going for 1-3. Look at that. He's very confident. He spelled it all out. Two great sides, says Paul G. And he's gone for a 2-0. Paul G knows these teams well as well. There's another one. This is what I like. I like educational videos. And this is what we are. We're an educational channel. Alan Ratdos Man is going for a 2-all draw. The mighty 2-all draw. He's going for a Daigle. The Daigle's been followed by Drew Lala's gone 2-1 and Nita's gone 2-1. Ah, yeah. Let me see what I knew this would be this. This was just going to make me laugh the whole of this show. 2-1 for Drew La. A 2-1 for Nita. Who else we got? Bravos 1, Lundasol 2. My guess is Algeria again. Interesting guess. 2-1 for David Shear. So David Shear, your first game was 2-1. Okay. Let me just highlight you because I know what I'm doing with you then. And let me highlight this one here, and I know what I'm doing with that one. And then I don't have to worry about it. Big John says 2-1. Big John. Big John. Where's Big John? There he is. Big John's there. 2-1 for Big John. Lee Wiskid says French onion sellers' wives Sunday leagues reserves. Mikey Romero's going 2-1. Oi. I need to play football tonight. Bloody hell. And you lot are making me laugh so much I might have to piss myself. What's wine, Jose? 2-1 for EMF. 2-1 for EMF. It's a 3-all for the Wiz. Wiz can see goals this weekend. He's predicted 7 in the first game and 4 in the second game. Peter says Bravos 2-1. They just picked up a great striker from the Greek 5th division. Peter can go 2-1. Cooper says, I'm guessing this is Africa, but no idea where. Destiny has gone in for 2-2. Destiny 5 has gone 2-2 for this game. And then we have David's crashing. All right, David. Bravos dos Marquis 2-1 for Ryan G. Please put me down for 2-1 across the board because I have better things to do. Goodbye. David Clark. Ooh. People ask for change. Some people are for it. Some people are dead set against it. Boo. Boo. I had to search high and low to find all these games. And I'm hearing people saying, just put me down for 2-1 across the board. Takes the fun out of it, Mr. Clark. Takes the fun out of it. You scaremongers. Right. Angola Cuba. Come on, easy. Some people are doing the Google searches, aren't they? They're doing the Google searches for these. Some people are taking this really seriously and are Google searching where these games are coming from. Cuba has gone 3-0. We have Cuba in at 3-0. Can someone educate me? I haven't got a clue. David is fuming, says Ryan G. In my eyes, there's no such thing as a free swing in this battle, says Daniel Coys. Damn geography teacher, says David Shear. Graham's going 3-2. Graham is going 3-2. Gus Parks, Chris Peters is going 2-1. And Gus Parker has gone 0-0. 0-0 for Gus P. Jose, you've rattled some of the chat this week. I think I have. I did tell people, I pre-warned everyone. I said to people what we were going to do. I said that I'd find some, great things to do. Then we weren't going to do the same thing week in, week out. I thought that when we did a show a few weeks ago, or the last international break, I picked some games that people were really happy with. And I thought, I'm going to run with this. Good afternoon, Ed M. I hope you're well, sir. You are here. And I am going to add you to the game. And so therefore, I thought I'm going to keep the theme up, and I've done that. And there's 2 or 3 bar humbuggers in the chat, should we say? Not very happy on a Friday evening. I hope they have a better weekend. I hope they have a better weekend, but there we go. There we go. Johnny Bethnal Green is coming with 2-0. Are you for real, Jose, says Nita. Nita, I'm afraid I am for real. It's still me. I'm not changed. I'm still the same person. David Clark, call off Gem. Night all. Good night, David. Take care, mate. Daniel Cause says Honduras League, maybe. Any points for a fight happening with the refs? Says Big John. Up the Banderos, I assume one of them is nicknamed that. Never heard of these teams before, says Andy. I'm educational. I'm here to educate, mate. Here to educate. Daniel Coy says this is a liberty. Ryan G, oh yeah, I've got this league table up the lot. Ryan doing his research. Me taking it seriously. I'm checking XG and goals per game, says Carl Simpson. Ed M says, I'd guess the Mexican lower division. Ryan G says, Andy says, Ryan, you should get all these results right then. And John's saying you're a cheating twat there, Ryan. Ooh. I'd be surprised if Steve has any knowledge of these, Daniel, mate, is what he's saying to Daniel when Daniel said something to him there. Nita's saying Jose with a thumbs up. Never actually helps me, says Andy, says Ryan G. And Daniel calls says, Ryan, if Steve don't know, how the fuck are we supposed to know? Right. Bravos do Marquis and CD Lundasol play in the Angolan League. So we've gone from Algeria's second division to the Angolan League. Edem, because you joined late, right? I'm just going to go back one game. Edem, we've got Harak versus US Chauya. Can you give me the score for that, please, Edem? No, Edem, the one that you've guessed so far was the Angolan League. I just need your one for Harak versus US Chauya, and then you're up to date, mate. Drew Lala says, where's Vindaloo with the jokes? Because this chat needs cheering up. I think this chat has cheered up. I just think there's, like with everywhere in society, there's going to be a number of people that are going to be X and a number of people are going to be Y and a number of people are going to be Z. We just happen to have 3 that seem to be on the X side today. And we have the multitude of people that are on the Y side. Edem says he can't spell it, so he's going to go 4-1 for this game. Right, game number 3. Are you ready, people, for game number 3? We are moving to match number 3, which is Nueva Chicago versus Quilmes. Nueva Chicago versus Quilmes. Daniel Coy says, you're not putting any English games in there, mate, or is it just going to be 16 scrub teams playing 16 scrub teams? I said to you, if you were here at the start of the show, I am putting no English, Scottish, Irish, Welsh. I'm not doing none of them. Spurs diehards 1-0. I'll check my WhatsApp straight after this because I've got my phone on charge next door, so I'll have to go and run and get it. So Adrian has come in with a 1-1 draw. Rob Belcher's coming in with 2-0. Andy is coming in with 3-0. You don't have to just give me the score, Andy. You don't have to write all that. It's really nice and eloquent of you, but score will do me. Drew Lala's going 1-0. I thought out of all these games, I thought there'd be 2 matches that people would have recognised, and this is possibly one of them. 1-0 for Drew Lala. Oh, now this I do know. Gus knows this. Some other people know this. Graham is going in for a 2-2 draw. Jesse's going for 3-1. Big Bad John's going for 2-10. Or was that 2-1? And he just mistakenly done it. I think it's 2. It says 2-10. John, I don't know. I'm going to put in 2-1 for now. Do you tell me if I'm wrong? Nita's going in for a 1-1 draw. Carl Simpson's going 2-1, and it's in Argentina. So Carl Simpson's calling it out, saying this is Argentina. Some people are saying they know the teams. So Ed M saying 1-2. Daniel Coy says this is Argentina. Mikey Romero's going for half a day goal at 1-0. 1-0 for Mikey Romero. And then we have Potato Stew going in at 4-1. Potato Stew 4-1. Ian Meth is going in at 4-0. 4-0 for Ian Meth. Ratdos is going for 2-0. Alan, 2-0. If anyone is awake tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, so that would be in 16 hours time, I'm doing a members show. So if you're a member, you're more than welcome to come on tomorrow. And tomorrow, if you want to talk football and Tottenham Hotspur, we can talk that tomorrow. But for today, this is just all about predictions around the world. Clues in the title when it says international predictions. That's the clue in the title. Nueva Chicago 2, Quilmes 1 for Ryan G. So Ryan G has gone for a 2-1 win. And then you've got... So it's 2-10 that Paul that you've gone for. 0-0 they drew 4 days ago, says LM. They drew 0-0 4 days ago. Big John says 2-10. So I've got to change Big John's to 2-10. Okay. 2-10. Paul G's going for 1-2. Paul G is going for 1-2. Sorry, in the second game of the Brother Lula versus whoever it was, Bravos against CD Lundasol, I went for 2-0. Just I forgot to tell you guys. I did go for 2-0. Lee Wiz has gone for 4-2. Lee Wiz, 4-2. Who else we got? Destiny 5's going for 2-1. Johnny Bethnal Green has gone 0-3 to Gilmesh. And then we have Gus Parker's going in at 1-0. Gus Parker in at 1-0. Cooper says there's a German stroke Argentinian beer called Gilmes, so I'm backing them for a 1-4 win. Easy, Cuba. Easy. 1-4. Chris Peters is going in for a 1-all draw. Chris Peters is going for a 1-all draw. Ronnie is going in for a 1-2. Ronnie, 1-2. No goals in Argentina, says Gus Parker. When are these games kicking off? All over the weekend. They're all Saturday matches, but they vary in times, hence why we're doing the show today to get all the scores in. Now, is anyone else wanting to play? If you are, then get your prediction in now. Otherwise, I've got everybody's. I'm also going for a Nueva Chicago 2, Quilmes 0. So this is the Argentinian League, but this is a playoff match. And the first leg was drawn 0-0 during the week, and this is the second leg of this playoff match. So that covers Argentina we were at. So for those that didn't know, we were definitely in Argentina. Let me go and check my phone, Cuba, quickly. All right, hold on. Drula says, Daniel, I see what you're doing. Daniel says, I decided I ain't letting people have a free catch up. Screw that. And Jesse says, smash the likes. Game number 4 then. We are moving on. And game number 4 is Adranik versus Betonit. Adranik versus Betonit. Oh, people are taking the time coming in for this one. Oh, there we go. Jesse's in first. Jesse's beaten Adrian to the punch for this one this time round. Adranik versus Betonit. All right, let's see where we are. Where are we going to go on this one? We have got Jesse's coming in at 1-2. Let me start the ball rolling with Jesse at 1-2. We then move on to Big John. Oh, sorry, in the game with another Chicago versus Kilmans, I've gone for 2-0. Big John is going for a 1-2 as well. So Jesse and Big John are on the same wavelength, 1-2. Saying that Adrian's on the same wavelength. He's going for 1-2 as well. Adranik 2, bet on it 3 for Andy. 2-3. And then Alan says he's going to bet on it. He's going to bet on it 3-1-3. I knew this was Greek carnage. I knew it. I knew as soon as I said I'm going to start searching the globe, it would be carnage. And do you know what? I quite like carnage. I may have to do this again. Even when we're doing normal predictions, the bonus games will come from all throughout the world because people like carnage. Well, most people do. Some people go and sulk. Just put me down for a 1-2. Anyway, it takes all sorts, doesn't it? Drula don't know what you're talking about. Spurs GCTV Girl says 0-2. Got to bet on it. So 0-2 for Graham. And then you have Carl Simpson is going 2-1 to Adranik. 2-1 to Adranik. And then you have Ed M 0-1 to bet on it. Jose, who knows all these teams, pronunciations, and knows all about the league form, cup form, and all sorts. Gus Parker is going 2-0 on Adranik. And then we have Rob Belcher's going 0-1. Rob Belcher, where are you, Rob? You are here, and it's a 0-1. And then after Rob Belcher, we have Kuva says, having a think about location, Eastern Europe, but could be anything. Potato Stew is going for a 1-1 draw. Potato. It's gone for a 1-1 draw. Iran, so potentially better footy than Angola. Lee Wizkid is going for 2-1. 2-1 with Lee Wiz. Johnny Bethnal Green is saying 2-2. Johnny Bethnal Green is saying 2-2. Ed M saying it's Armenia. Dan Coyser says it's Iceland. And Ronnie says 2-2. So 2-2. I'll stick in for Ronnie. Kuba's going in for a 1-1 draw. Kuba at 1-1. Got going to say where it was, as I have a friend. Got going to say where it was. Where is it? As I have a friend from there. Great. The Great Armenian League, says Paul, and he's going for 2-1. Paul's going for 2-1. You lot are being educated today because I can see that loads of people are looking them up. Gus Parker says Armenia. I thought maybe Iceland Division 5. And the LUC Today says it's 10th versus 12th in the league. Mikey Romero's going for 1-0. See how some of you are getting all serious about it. They're telling me league positions and where it is. And Gus Parker said he had a trial for Adrianic. Ian Meth is going for 2-1. And he had a trial in Adrianic. Ian Meth, 2-1. 2-1 for Ian. 2-1. I just want to say, Jose, well played, mate. Do you know what, Daniel? I told you guys it took me ages to get this show put together, to find all these scores from teams that we were playing at the weekend. But yeah, we've managed to do it. We've got 16, 17, I think, somewhere along them lines. But it's all good. 2-1, says Ryan G. So we put Ryan G with 2-1. And Bar Humbugs can go and come back next week with their humbugs in their mouth. Ryan G's 2-1. Lewis says, I'm out. It's not Iran and Iran Adrianic, it's Iranian. But that's nothing to do with the team. FFS. Lee, Google can be used idiots. Both sides of shit, by the way, says Edem. This game is in the Armenian First League, Ronnie says. Next one, Greece versus England. What the F is that? Found an Armenian leader and an Iranian footballer, but can't find the fucking team, says Lewis Kid. Peter Kagayas says 1-3 Bartonik has a new manager, just finished high school. So as 1-3 to bet on it is what Peter Kagayas is saying. I told you the banter would come out. What did I say? I said, if anything, I said I'd have to watch the scores, but the banter. But it's good reading out some of the banter that you guys have put in it. What we're going to say? I'm enjoying the random tea, says Ryan. Nita says, what's the weather like in these countries? Because I only like it hot. Daniel Coy says, you've made me worry about losing my top spot, like I said. Well played, mate. Lee Whiskey says, can't find bet on it either. Bet on it, yes, but no bet on it. Kuva said, I'm enjoying these obscure teams too. They're the teams that Wolves or Spurs could lose to. And Jesse says, play the blinder here, Jose. Righty says, everywhere I go, I get roasted on at the minute, John. And Cole Simpson says, Adrianic is the Armenian Spurs. And whilst you say that, Destiny 5, have I missed your score? Because you're the only one missing before I move on to the next match. So I'm looking for Destiny 5. Has he given me a score? Destiny 5, have you given me a score? I can't see you, Destiny 5. And because I can't see your score, I need to move on to the next one. Potato Stew says, can't wait until the results show. What do you think you lot have all scored? F knows, you tell me. Daniel Coy says, who's second and third in the predictions league? I need to know. I will tell you at the end. Destiny 5, I am moving on from Adrianic versus Bet on It. Right. So for those that didn't know, that was the Armenian League. This is a game being played in Armenia. Game number 5. Game number 5 is Hajiki versus Bratstvo Granica. So Hajiki versus Bratstvo Granica or Grakanica. You've got the results show 4 hours long, says Carl Simpson. Graham says, Jose, I'm hoping to top Phil Coy's top score of 19. Where in the world do we go now? Big John's got the first score. He's coming for 1-3. So Big John's coming with the first score. He's coming 1-3. I think John knows this league quite well because John was really quick on the march getting his scoring. Nita's going in 3-1. Rakdos Allen is going in at 2-1. 2-1. And then you have Daniel Coy saying this is a bloody liberty now. Adrian's going in for 1-2. Who else we got? We've got It's fucking bet on it, not bet on it. It might help you if you gave us the right spelling. Gus Parker says Montegran. Hajicki 1. Bratstvo 4 for Andy. 1-4. 1-4. So 1 there. And then we have 1 here. And then we have 3-1 for Rob Belcher. Rob Belcher says 3-1. Where's Rob? There's Rob. There it says 3-1. And then we have Kuba saying could be Romania. Paul G says, I'm convinced you've made this one up. Ronnie says the first league of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Suppose GCTV says 2-0. Graham is going for 2-0. And then we have Ryan says, Kuva, soon the badge is coming. It's going. Drew Lala's gone for 1-2. Drew La has gone 1-2. And Jesse's gone in with a 3-1. Jess, 3-1. And then we have Ian Meth 1-2. The thing is, there's a lot of people that haven't played this week. They may still do it because people do it after the show. But those people may not pick up points this week. You have Lee Wizkid coming in at 2-0. So let's find the Wiz. The Wiz is coming at 2-0. And then after the Wiz, we have Johnny Bethnal Green El Vasco at 1-0. And then we have the Big John says, I'm just fucking winging it, Jose. Ben's here. Good afternoon, Ben. Ben's come in with his first score of the weekend, and he has gone for Hadichki 19 and Bratsko Granica 10. So, Ben, I will put that in there. If it's a home win, Ben, you score a point. You got one right last week and scored the point. So, 19-10 for Ben. Home win for Ben then. And then you have Ed M is going in for 3-1. So 3-1 for Ed M. And then after Ed M, you've got Daniel Cousins. I've heard of one bloody team so far. Paul G's going for 0-2. The whole idea, mate, is to test everybody's wills. Throughout the season, we're going to be going all over the shop. And the person who wins it has done really well to win it. Carl Simpson, 1-2. Ooh, 1-2 for Carl. I believe it's Bosnia, says Carl as well. Kuva's going for Hadiki 3, Frutti Bubatsko, Granic Kaninka 1. So 3-1 for Kuva. 3-1 for Kuva. And then you've got hi-ho, off to Bosnia we go. Gus Parker's going 3-1. Gus Parker is 3-1. Ian saying there should be bonus points for guessing which league they are without Googling, but people will Google all the time. People will Google. Chris Peters is going for 1-2. It'd be interesting because I would have asked the question after every one, but people are Googling. Bosnia. Damn, says Gus Parker. Give me going game abandoned, lol. Sorry, 0-1 for potato stew. The potato is going with 0-1. And then we have, they're known as FC Radnik, says Adam. EMF says 1910 Fruit Gum Company. Ronnie's going for 1-1. Ronnie is a 1-1 draw. Then you have extra point for abandoned game potato. Mikey Ramirez going 1-3. 1-3 for Mikey R. And then you have 1-1 for Ryan G. Ryan G. 1-1 for Ryan G. And then we have Daniel Coyce coming in with a 1-1 draw as well. We have a 1-1 draw. I'm definitely Googling the tables, Johnny, says Ryan G. A lot of Google cheaters in the building, says Johnny Bethnal Green. Roberto says Ben's obviously got inside information. Daniel Coyce, if anyone does catch up this week, just to let you know, normal service will resume for me next week. Peter is going in for a 1-1 draw. And a 1-1 draw. And Destiny 5, I don't know where he's missing. What's up, Ben? Oh, you of little faith. The way team are third, says Gus Parker. Adam says, not Googling, just type in name in YouTube for last result. That's still Googling it's still Googling. And David Shear has come back and said, a news complaint about Sandpapergate, yeah, Drongos, Nightle, and David Shear is another one. Are you in Jose's WhatsApp group already, Ben? I'll drop you a message in there, mate. I can send your number over to Ben. Ryan, it's not a problem at all. So I'll send it to you, Ben. Right. So Destiny 5 has been missing. Ben has got his result in. So we move on to the next game. And yes, this game was the Bosnian League. Hadicki versus Bratsville Granakanika was definitely in the Bosnian League. Destiny's going for 2-0. Destiny, you missed the last game as well, mate. So you're going for 2-0 here. And you also missed the last game, mate. Just for you, Destiny, the last game was Adranik versus Betonik. Adranik versus Betonik, just for you. And Ben, if he wants to put this scoring, can do as well. Adranik versus Betonik, and for you as well, Destiny 5. Adranik, Betonik. 2-1. Okay, so you're going with 2-1. I don't know about Google. It's glasses required for me just now, says Nita. Alan, okay, so I've got that. Ben's going at 5.16. Surprised he didn't go at 3.16. I've heard of 3.16, not heard of 5.16. 5.16 for Ben. Why am I getting the wrong number up there? Okay, that's because I'm using the wrong digits, isn't I? 5.16. Right. Thanks, Johnny. Right, here we go. The next game is Amazonas versus Guaish. Amazonas versus Guaish is the next prediction. Adrian has come in. Ben Coffin says that Stone Cold Austin doesn't govern his predictions. Spurs Diehards has gone in at 2-1. Daniel is excited. It's the most excited I've seen Daniel this afternoon. 3-1 for Destiny. 3-1 for Destiny. And then we've got Gus Parker, 0-0. Yeah, sorry, people. I've just seen your message. Right, I'll tell you what I've gone for. Right, sorry. Yeah, I have gone for Hadadichi 2-0. So the first 5 games, I've gone for 2-0. Yeah, that makes it easier. The first 5, I've gone for 2-0 in all of them. But this one, I haven't gone 2-0. But the first 5, I have. Right, let me go back up. So we had, so that's Paul G. That's answering you. Gus Parker is going in at 0-0. Gus Parker's going at 0-0. South America, Brazil, says Cuba. Andy's going for 5-3. Andy, 5-3. Ratdos, Alan's going for 2-1. Alan's coming. And you've got Paraguay's my first guess, silly whiz. Jesse's going in 4-2. 4-2. And then we've got Rob Belcher going in at 2-2 and Spurs GCTV 3-1 at the Amazons. Paul G's going in for 1-0. Paul G is going for 1-0. And Big Bad John telling us about what he does in his spare time. Nita 2-0. Ian Meth 1-2. Amazonas 1, Guaish 2, and it's in Brazil, I believe, says Carl Simpson. So it's a 1-2. And then Drewler's going 3-2. a big bad. John's going 3-1. 3-1. 6-2 says Ben, because that's Wonder Woman's height. So 6-2 for Ben. And then you have Ed M is 0-2. Ed M is going 0-2. And then we have Dan. Big up Jose and everyone in the chat. We'll drop predictions later as I'm driving. No worries at all, Dan. Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you. People, go and support Dan and watch his show from yesterday and Nigel Purecoys, because they did a dual stream together and they had yours truly on as guest. So please go and watch it. Give it a like. Give it a comment. Help the chaps out. Ronnie 0-3. Potato Stew 2-2. Daniel Coyes, I bet on Goyas last week. They're actually decent, is what he says. I can't open that. Sorry, my daughter's just asked me to open something for her. No, I can't do that. You might have to smash it from the top to open it. Yeah, you knock it so it goes through. No, not so it goes through, but you knock it so it loosens it, and then you open it up from there. All right, I don't know what the dog's got to do with it. I can't open that. Sorry. Sorry, Mikey Romero 1-2. Mikey Romero 1-2. Amazonas 0-2 for Brian G. Brian G 0-2. Guy Ash is in Brazil, says Ed. Big M says, big up the ladies of Thamiskida. Finn Brickwa says, big up Jose and everyone in the chat. I won't be playing along as I'm going out soon, but I just came in to say hi. Finn, I will leave them at the end of the stream. I'll leave the fixtures if it helps people out. But these kick off at so varying times that some are early, but they're all Saturday's dates, but some are early because they're in different parts of the world. But yeah, if you're not playing, you're not playing. But thank you for popping in and saying hi. And if you can play, then you can. But have yourself a really good weekend. Enjoy your evening out. 0-2 for Daniel Coyce. 3-4 for Lee Wiz. 3-4 for Lee Wiz. And then we have Goyas on 5 straight wins. It's got to go in the end. Big up the Spurs down. Listen, Amazon 1, eBay 2 for Kuba. Kuba's going 1-2. And who am I missing? I am missing, I can't see Chris Peters at the moment, but it doesn't mean he hasn't done it. It just means I haven't got to. And Peter Kagaias. Jose, put me down for 3-1 across the board, please, as my mate has just turned up. No worries, John. That can be done for you. Have a lovely weekend. 3-1 across the board. That can be done. Ryan, I'm winging it, mate. I'll resume normal service next week. Guyash beat Santos last month 3-1. Bezos out, says Gus Parker. Kuba, you want Amazon to own Spurs? You made them Spursy already. I hope you're winging it for the first few games. Pays off, Daniel. Chris Peters is going in for 1-0. No, Chris Peters is going in at 1-0. Peter Kagaias is going in for 2, but no quip. No quip this time, Peter. Peter's always got something to say about the team. He hasn't today on this one. I hope you're winging it for the first few games. 1-0. Is this your what? Is it your wallet, Jose? No. I imagine your Amazonas stadium is surrounded by water, says Gus Parker. Johnny Bethnal Green. Jose, my daughter watched me for 20 minutes trying to open a jar of Wallies. We still got like 10 games left. Wonder if Amazonas has a go-kart track. And Koba says, no, Amazonas Stadium is surrounded by delivery vans. Right. I think we have everybody as fixtures. In this one, I've gone for Amazonas 1, Goiás 0. And of course, this game is a playoff match, I think. Or it's Brazil's League 2 that's being played across in Brazil. And I've just seen your message, Destiny 5. So a lot of humbuggers this week. One reason or another. They just want to go for scores. Right. Next game. Minyor Prin Blagrovad. Minyor Pernik versus Prin Blagrogad. Do that with what you will. Adrian's coming in with a 2-1. Right, down here. Down here. Right, so just bear me a second. I'm just updating some of these bloody scores. Right, let me just go back up to where who's got the first score in. Right, so that's that one there then, okay. That one's there as well. And I'm nearly with you guys. All right. So Adrian was the first one in, 2-1. Welsh says potato stew. Oh, this says Gus Parker. Uzbekistan says Kuba. Rob Belcher just says 0-1. Rob, the coolest man in the building, just says 0-1. Not trying to guess where it is. Rob's just a fountain of knowledge. He knows everything and he's just coming at 0-1. Gus Parker says double daigle. Double daigle, a 4-4 for Gus Parker. Okay. 4-4 for Gus Parker. Alan says, sounds Russian. Drula's going for a daigle in this game. Daniel says Russia. Ben Kaufman says 25-4. Alan's going for 0-2. Mr. Rakdos is going for 0-2. Andy is going for 4-2. Oh, Andy's up here. Andy's going for 4-2. And then we have Carl Simpson, Bernick 1, Prin 3. See, Carl Simpson knows these teams and he knows what their nicknames are and how you shorten them. Like Tottenham, short Spurs. So it's just easily, it's Pernick versus Prin. And Mikey Romero is going in at 1-3. Daniel's kept quiet for a while. I wonder if Daniel's enjoying this. Neat at 2-2. And Jesse's gone 1-2. And then we have Mikey Edem's gone for 1-1. Edem 1-1. Mikey says it's a perfect catch-up week, I see. Spurs GC to Graham's 1-2. And 1-2. And EMF 0-3. EMF is 0-3 with Ian. Let me find Ian. He's up here. He's going for 0-3. And then we have Johnny Bethnal Green at 1-2. And Ronnie at 1-4. And then we have the outer regions of Mongolia, says Paul G. But Daniel Coy says at actually, it might be Belarus. She says, haha, my notebook isn't wide enough for these names. Kuba says, 0-3, nobody messes with Grad. There we go. Nobody messes with Grad. Kuba has spoken. 0-3. Bulgaria says, Edem, potato stew says 5-3. Potato stew sees goals. Potato stew sees goals. Colin, start from here, Mr. Blackshaw. So Mr. Blackshaw's just joined the game. And Mr. Blackshaw's coming with a 1-1 draw. I will add you to the game, Mr. Blackshaw. I hope you are well, sir. My dogs, what are they barking at? This is so silly. All right, 1-1 for Mr. Blackshaw. Neil, start here, Neil. Start here. Don't worry about it. You just start here, mate, and don't worry about it at all. So I'm just going to add you into the game, Neil, and you just start here. But we're currently on this match, which is Minyo Pernik versus Prin Balvograd. Ryan G is going 1-3. So Ryan G settled on that. He's going for a 1-3. And then we have Lee Wiskid says, in Bulgaria, they nod for no and shake their heads for yes, asking for trouble. Neil says, hello all. Lee Wiz is going 1-3. So the Wiz is going in at 1-3. Berbatov played for Balograd, says Edem. Brian G says, big up Neil, about 6 or 7 games. Colin Bradshaw's 1-1. No, Neil, start playing now. We're not near the end of this. Berbatov played for Princess Edem. Chris Peters is going in for 1-1. And then we've got, no, he didn't, Ed. Berbatov played for CSK Sofia. I might just watch the rest and put it in at the end, says Neil. Pretty difficult, Neil, because some of these games are just like unbelievably hard to pronounce and hard to see. Print at top of the league. It's first versus second, says Paul G. Gus Parker says, if Berber played for him, I'm going 1-3. Is Gus Parker? Gus Parker's already given me a score of 4-4. If I start scrolling back, I'll miss what's happening. No, Neil, start from now. Just give me the score from this one. And then we can go and do that afterwards. Uncle Bulgaria, says Gus Parker. He never played a senior game for them, says Daniel Coyce. See, all of a sudden, we all know about all the teams that I've selected. Everybody knows about them. This is what I said about being educational. And then Neil says, I just looked back through. Crikey, where are we getting these from, Jose? Yeah, Jose had to search high and low to get these. Minyor 2-0, so 2-3, sorry. So 2-3 is your score, and that's fair enough, Neil. I will put you in at 2-3. Right, so we've got you at 2-3. I'm missing Dan Coy's score at the moment, unless I've missed it. Dan, did you give me a score? If you did, I've missed it. Let me go back and check through. Dan Coy's, has he given me a score yet? Not that I can see. Not that I can see. Dan Coy says Russia, but no score. So no score from Dan Coy's at the moment. And I'm missing a score from Peter Kagayas. So Peter Kagayas, Paul G as well. Paul G, I'm missing your score. Did I miss your score? It's top of the league. It's a 1-2. So is that your score as well, Paul? You're going for 1-2. Right, Paul G, Peter Kagayas, and Daniel Coyes. What are your scores? Unless I'm reading yours wrong, Paul. Prin, top of the league, it's a 1-2. No, I'm not reading them wrong. I see exactly what you've written there. So, people, them 3 people, Daniel Coyes, yes, I'm 1-2, says Paul G. All right, Paul G, understood. Dan Coyes, Peter Kagayas. Or forever hold your peace. Okay, I'm moving on to the next game. So, for those that didn't know, yes, we were in Bulgaria for this game. We move on to the next game of the weekend. The next game that I've got for you lovely people is Aigle Noir versus Olympic S. Aigle Noir versus Olympic S, please. So Daniel Cruz is going for 0-2 in the previous game. Right. I have gone for 0-2 as well, Daniel. This is exactly what I went for. For the Min versus Prin, I've gone 0-2. On this one, Alan's coming in with 3-2. Alan is coming in with 3-2. And then we've got Neil. Rob Belcher 1-3. Rob Belcher 1-3. We've got Paul G at 2-0 and Spurs GC Graham at 2. Paul G at 2-0 and Graham at 2-2. 2-2. This game is postponed, Jose. Let's get the scores in, and if they are postponed, then they're postponed. There's not much I can do about it. But to me, when I looked it all up, the game was on. If it's not, then so be it. But if it is, then we'll do it. Nita is going in. So I've got Drula. Nita's going in at 4-1. Andy's going in at 3-all. Three one with Jess. 2-0 for Johnny Bethnal Green. Mikey Romero's going in 2-0 as well. Mikey Romero 2-0. Ed M is going in at 2-1. Gus Parker 1-0. And then you've got a 2-0 for Ian Meth. Two-0 for Ian Meth. I'm going postponed. 4 points. Cheers, Ryan. Aigle Noir 1, Olympic 1. South America again, Peru possibly, says Kuva. That's 1-all for Coos. Burundi Kuva. Where the fuck that is? Colin Blackshaw's going 0-2. Potato Stew's going 0-0. I've put my scores in, and the scores we're going to count is if the game is going ahead, because when I set all this up, the game was there, because otherwise I wouldn't have found it. Chris Peters is going for 3-1. Peter Kagais is going 1-3. Right, Peter, you missed the last game, and your last game that you missed, I'll have to come back to when I get these scores in, and I'll just wrap it round and get your score for the last game. 3-1 for Chris Peters. I didn't go 4-1, Drula. No, Drula, you didn't. You went 1-2, and I've done yours. Poc Doc Chevalier FC versus Voodoo Kingston Rovers 4-4, says the Wiz. So we'll put in the Wiz at 4-4. Adrian's coming at 1-2. Big up, these names up, says the sheriff. No, the sheriff, I haven't made the names up. Burundi's what Ryan G's saying. It's definitely postponed, Jose. Just let's go and put the scores in. If it's postponed, it's postponed, and then they won't count, and that's fine. We'll just give 0 points. I'll just blank it out. But for the time being, we'll put a score in there. 1-2. I thought Mozambique, but it's Burundi, says Ed M. Angle Noir 2-0 for Ryan G. Ryan G 2-0. I mean, who knows? If it's postponed, they might have a pulse panel. Putting in score for a game that's not going ahead. We are, because there could be a pulse panel. Peter Kagaias says 1-3 as well, for that's the previous game. So 1-3 for both for Peter Kagaias. And then I'm missing Carl Simpson. Have I seen Carl Simpson, Ronnie, Dan Coys, Ben Kaufman are the ones that I'm missing on this one. Have I missed these people? Dan Coy's Ben, Ronnie. And Ronnie, I can normally tell when Ronnie's around. Ronnie and Carl Simpson. Let me see if I missed these people. Yeah, I could have done. Carl Simpson's 2-1. So I had missed Carl. So Carl's 2-1. And now I'm looking for Ronnie, Edem, and Dan Coys. Ronnie, Edem, and Dan Coys. Ronnie's 3-0. So let me just get Ronnie in there. So Dan Coys and Ben Kaufman. This is an act of sadism, Jose. Ben Kaufman, Danny, if you don't give me a score, then that's fine. I'll just move on. I'm not going to mess around. Next game is, so yes, for the people that wanted to know, that game is from Burundi. Burundi, that game was. The next game, so the 9th game of the weekend, I've part the geography, just float along and trust in the processes, Nita. Right, the next game that we are going to is Guanta Seca versus Punta Arenas. Guanta Seca versus Punta Arenas is the next game that we're going to. Adrian is coming with a 1-0 draw. 1-0 for Adrian. Guanta Seca. You're probably right with that philosophy, Nita. I used to have a vinyl record called Burundi Black. Colin Blackshaw's 1-0. Mr. Blackshaw has come in with a 1-0 draw for this one. And then we have Rob Belcher at 2-3. Rob Belcher at 2-3. So when I left the voicemail earlier for people and said, I wish you all the very best, and I didn't mention names, you know exactly why I've said it. You know exactly why I said it. I wished everyone all the best. Not picking on one person and not messaging just the one person, but messaging a whole load here to say, I wish you all the very best this week. 2-1 potato stew. 3-1 for Carl Simpson. And then we have a 2-1 with Jesse. 2-1 with Jesse. And then we have 0-2 for Drula. For the previous game, I went for 2-0, by the way. Whether it's on or not, I went for 2-0. Then we've got 0-2 for, who was that? Drula. And then we've got 2-0 for Edem. Two all for Edem, 2-3 for Nita. Two, 3 for Nita. 1-2 for Neil. $5-2 Guantaseca. Guantaseca for Kuva, 5-2. Kuva, 5-2. And then we've got Gus at 2-0. Graham says 2-3. The sheriff says, is that F off in Portuguese or something? Rakdos is going for 1-0. Alan is going for 1-0. Johnny Bethnal Green, 3-1. Carl Simpson says the Peru League maybe. Ryan G's going for 3-1. Ryan G is going for 3-1. Oops, 3-1. And then we have all the best to you too, Jose. No worries, Neil. I hope you're well. Ryan G says Costa Rican League, this one. Guantanamo Bay Albion versus Panani Athletic. 4-4 for the Wiz. He is was on the Mikey Romero's going for 3-1. Senor Romero, 3-1. Chris Peters, 3-2. Paul G, 3-0. Paul G, 3-0. And then we have, my choices are very random, I know, but that's football for you anyway, says Neil. Lee Wizkid says Costa Coffee Conference League. And I am missing scores from Ian Meth, Peter Kagayas. Ronnie's just come in. So unless I've overlooked them, it's Ian Meth, Peter Kagayas, Ryan G, Dan Coys, Ben Kaufman are the ones that I'm missing them from. Unless I've overlooked. I'm back and look again. So I have got Colin, Rob, Potato Stew, Drew, Adam, Neil, Kuva, Gus, Graham, Alan, Johnny, Carl, Ryan G, Mikey Romero, Chris Peters, Paul G, Ronnie. So it's Ben, Dan, Ryan, Ian, Meth, and Peter Kagayas. 5 of you, 6 of you missing. And I'm ready to go on to the next game if you guys ain't around. Or you guys are not wanting to choose, or you guys are cheating by Googling. Peter Kagayas coming with a 2 draw. Peter's in. Peter's definitely in. Peter's coming with a 2 draw. What's next? Zenit Smelly Knickers versus Atletico My Arsehole, says Edem. Nigel Pure Goy says, much love to all on the drive home. So just hop in on to smash a like and say hello. Thank you, Nigel. I will put these in the after the show so people can go. Just check the stream. All the fixtures will be there, and then you'll be able to add them on yourself at the end of the show. But thank you very much, Nigel. Right, so before I move on, the last call is for Ian Meth, Ryan G, Ryan G, I've found yours. It's 3-1. So Ryan G, don't have to answer me. I've found yours. So it's just Dan Coys, Ben, and Ian Meth that I'm looking for. Yes, the member show is tomorrow morning, Mikey. It's on at 10 a.m. English time, which I don't know works out to about, it might have been 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning for you, Mikey, tomorrow, mate. But if anyone wants to come on and talk Tottenham, they can do tomorrow. I haven't done one for a couple of weeks. I thought I'd better do one. So there is a member show tomorrow. All members are more than welcome to come and join the show tomorrow. I cannot see Dan Coys. I can't see Ian Meth, and I can't see Ben Kaufman. So with that, guys, I'm going to move on to the next game. For people that wanted to know, Guanta Seca versus Punta Arenas is a match taking place in Costa Rica. So we've done Europe, done Africa, we've done Central to South America, or I don't know, Costa Rica comes under North America. It's either North or South America that we've touched on there as well. And obviously we've done Brazil, which is South America. Neil says, I just remembered to smash the like button. I hope I'm the only person who forgot to do it. The next game that we go to, people, is Dakopolye versus Orient. Dakopolye versus Orient. 2-1. 2-1 for Adrian. Oh, sorry. In Guantanesca versus Punta Arenas, I've gone for 2-0. And this one is a 2-1 for Adrian. Right, 1-2 for Andy. It's Rob Belcher at 2-0. Ed M 2-1. Drew Lala 2-1. Graham 1-0. Graham, where's Graham's here? Graham 1-0. Graham 1-0. Yep, I've got you, Graham. 2-1. Doug Pjol 2, Orient 1, and he's saying maybe it's Finland. So Carl Simpson's going 2-1 and saying that maybe this could be Finland. Nita's going 2-0. Nita 2-0. And Jesse is 2-1. Whoops, Jesse is going 2-1. Top Spurs is here. It says, hi, Jose. I'll watch the stream back and put the results in after the show, but I'm not going to mess you about now. Good afternoon, Dazza. I hope you're well. After the stream, I will be putting the list of fixtures into the stream, and then you can pick them off from there, mate, and send them on to me. It's not a problem at all. Edem says Croatia, this is. He's saying that this is the Croatian league. Potato Stew's going 1-3. Potato Stew 1-3. Peter Kagaias is going in at 2-1. Good old Peter. 2-1. Peter. Paul G, 0-1. Paul G, 0-1. And then we have. Are they 2-2. And then we have Johnny Bethnal Green at 0-1. Mark, who had a really good week in this last week, or he definitely went up the league. I haven't written any of these game scores down as I'm flying on a wing and a prayer, says Adrian. Gus Parker, 0-1. Gus Parker, 0-1. Well, do you know what? These names may come up again, and you'll say, I remember them. I know them. They're from X, Y, and Z. Did these before in a predictions league. Lee Wiskid says, Croatian European mainland, so near enough to the source of football, Anfield, to know which to kick the ball. 3-2, says Lee Wiz. So 3-2 for Lee Wiz. And then we've got Ronnie's coming at 0-2. Ronnie at 0-2. Got you, Ronnie. And then Chris Peters is coming at 1-2. This is going to be so much fun trying to chase all these scores down because they're all playing at different times. Ryan is coming in at 1-1. Fantastic, Isaiah. You're a legend now. No worries at all, Dazzy. You take care, my friend. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Eden says there's a big music festival in Dogboye. Koob says, I think I've seen Orient on a football manager search a couple of times, so I'm backing them for a 4-0 win. So that makes it 0-4 for Kuba. And then we have Mikey Romero at 1-0. Mikey Romero at 1-0. Yes, Ian, you missed the last game, mate. I'll go back and I'll let you know in a second what it was. Mikey Romero 1-0. Ian Meth 1-0. Sorry, so Mikey Romero's 1-0. Right, Mikey Romero's 1-0. Ian Meth was 1-0. Right. Oh, on this one. Raptos Alan's going for 2-3. 2-3 for you, Alan. Very much. Well, you're in. The only people I'm missing now are Dan Coys, Ben Kaufman, and Colin Blackshaw. You three I'm missing. So have I missed you guys? Just in case, let me go back. I might have missed you. Right, Andy, Rob, Ed, Drula, Spurs, GCTV, Carl, Nita, Jesse, Ed M, Potato Stew, Peter, Paul G, Neil, Johnny Bethnal, Green, Gus Parker, Ronnie, Chris Peters, Mikey Romero, Ian Meth, Colin Blackshaw, 1-2. So we haven't got a Ben and we haven't got a Dan Coys. I've gone for in this game, Dog Pjol 1, Orient 0 is what I've gone for. And for you, Ian Meth, the game that you missed, sir, was Guantanesca versus Punta Arenas. Guantanesca versus Punta Arenas is what you missed. Guantanesca versus Punta Arenas that you've missed. Ian, are you there? Ian, are you there? Ian, are you there, mate? Right, Ian, Guantanesca versus Punta Arenas is what you've missed. Carl Simpson says, postponed. Sorry, I couldn't resist. You ain't half funny, get Carl. You boys and girls that live in Kent, you ain't half funny people. Ian Meth, are you there? Are you there? You've missed this one. Are you going to put it in? If not, I'll move on. Guantanesca versus Punta Arenas. Right, I'm moving. Right. Jose, it says the game is postponed. Right, give me a score. 2-2. That's it. That'll do. 2-2. 2-2. If the games get postponed, there's not much I can do about them because when I did the research on these games, they were all being played. If they're postponed, it's postponed, but they were all being played at the time when I did this. Right, so that game that we just did of Diagpol versus Orient, right, that game was taking place in Croatia. The next game that we've got for you boys, you'll love this one. Look at that one. It's the Rinksberger boys versus Young Sparta Rotterdam. What say you for this one? Imagine how long the title is for this game. Ringsberger boys versus Young Sparta Rotterdam. Rotterdam, please, people. I said to you 1-0 that I went for Dirk versus Orient. Gus Parker's going to 2-3. Ooh, Gus Parker. Gus Parker's the first in. He's going in at 2-3. 2-3. Andy's going for 3-2. Andy's calling it at 3-2. Someone's asking me how long's left. There's not much left of this. There's not many left to go. We are about 3/4 of the way through. Rob Belcher 1-2, or at least beyond 2/3, possibly nearly to 3/4 of the way through. 1-2 for Rob Belcher. 1-1 for Colin Blackshaw. And then we have a 1-3 for Edem. And then we have 1-3 Edem, 1-2 for Rakdos Allen. 1-2. We have a 1-4. Do you know what? I can just imagine some of you at home, right, going fucking shit, fucking, and all swearing away. I'm listening to the maze in the background music, says Nita. Graham is 1-3. Graham, let me find you. Graham, sir. You'll be up there. It's 1-3. Carl says Ringsburg Boys 2, Spong Barta 1, and it's in the Netherlands, is what Carl Simpson's telling us. He's saying that this is in Holland, this match. Is he right? All will be revealed. All will be revealed if he's right or wrong. Paul G's going for 2-1. Ian Meth 2-0. Nita's going for 3-1. I will ask you guys a question at the end. I need to ask you lot a question at the end. 3-0. Drula 1-3, sorry. And Johnny Bethnal Green 3-0. And Drula, Johnny Bethnal Green. Johnny BG's gone 3-0. Ronnie has gone 5-0. Ronnie 5-0. And then we have Potato Stew says, ha, you're going to have to wait until I've written this down, says Potato Stew. Neil says 2-3. Neil, 2-3. Kuva's going for 2-2. Simple 2-2 for Kuva. For Coos. And then we have Spurs Diehards. Adrian's coming in at 1-2. 1-2 for Adrian. And then after Adrian at 1-2, we have Chris Peters at 1-2. Chris Peters, where are you, Chrissy? Chrissy at 1-2. And then Ed M is saying there's 2 young Spartans. They have an academy boy. They have an academy in Ghana as well as in the Netherlands. Spurs Diehard says boys against men, only one outcome. Done 3-0, says Potato Stew. I don't know how he did that, but he's done it, and he's gone for a 3-0 potato stew. Ringsburg 3-0 for Ryan. So Ryan's on the side of a 3-0 win. Mikey Ramirez going for a 2-0 win. 2-0 for Mikey R. I'd assume Netherlands too, unless it's one of those tribute-style clubs in South America, says Cougar. Carl Simpson says, actually, Ed, Ghana sounds more like it. How many more games left, Andy? There's not many more. There's not many more. But at the moment, I'm missing Lee Wiz and Ian Meth. Lee Wiz, Ian Meth, and that's the only ones I'm missing. The life force is draining out of me, says Spurs diehards. You missed me out. I think it was 2-3. So Lee Wiz, yep, I don't know, Ian Meth. Yeah, Lee Wiz, sorry, 2-3 Lee Wiz. 2-3. So it's Ian Meth and I don't know where Dan Coys and Ben have gone, but it's just Ian Meth that I'm missing. Neil says, I would hope it's Holland if Rotterdam is playing. Who knows? So many places' names appear all over the world. Just going to quickly scan. Ian Meth's gone for 2-0. So sorry, Ian, my fault. I missed you. I've now got you. I have gone for 2-1. So I've gone for Ringsburg Boys 2, Young Sparta Rotterdam 1. So the next game that we move on to, and there are only 4 to 5 left now, is Kashmir Technicals versus Eastern Suburbs. Kashmir Technicals versus Eastern Suburbs. Peter Kagayas, he must know these teams. Peter's coming with a 2 straight away. Peter was very quick there. Kashmir Technicals versus Eastern Suburbs. Is it Ghana or the Netherlands, Jose? The last one was Netherlands. The last one was Netherlands for definite. Nita is going for 2-1. Nita is 2-1. 6-2 for Andy. 6-2 for Andy. 1-3 for Colin Blackshaw. Two 1 for Drula. Netherlands Carl. 2-1 for Neil. 2-1 for Neil. 0-1 for Edem and 3-1 for Jesse. 0-1 for Edem and 3-1 for Jesse. 3-1 for Jess. Lovely. Got Jess in as well. 2-1 for Carl Simpson. So Carl's up here. He's going for a 2-1 victory for the Kashmir Technicals. Rob Belcher's going for 1-1. Potato Stew is 1-2. And Rob Belcher is at 1-1. Graham is 3-2. Graham is 3-2. And then we have 1-1 for Ian. 1-1 for Ian. I have a 2-0 for Alan. All right, 2-0 for Alan. 5-2 for the Wiz. Ooh, big scores for the Wiz. Big scores for the Wiz. And then I've got Mikey R at 0-1, which I can see now, 0-1. And then I've got Paul G and Johnny Bethnal Green. Johnny Bethnal Green 2-0. I'm going to go down the list as I see people. 2-0 to Johnny Bethnal Green. Paul G 1-0. I've got Paul G's. Have I got Gus Parker or Chris Peters along the line? Chris Peters is 0-1, which I can see. Have I got Gus Parker anywhere? And Gus P 3-0. Gus P 3-3. And then I've got Ronnie to find Kuva and Ryan G. Ronnie, Kuva and Ryan G. 1-2 for Ryan G, which I've got. Right, so I am missing. So what do you say, Daniel? Daniel's put something in. 1, 2, 3 games. Daniel, one. So Daniel, for this game, you're going 2-0. If you haven't got any results, because you're missing more than these, but if you haven't got them, I'm not going to go back and do them now, because you decided that you didn't want to do it. All right, so Daniel, you were missing Agel, which you said it was called off, but you were missing. You're missing that game as well. Guantanesca versus Punta Arenas, you were missing. You were missing the game from Costa Rica, is the one that you're missing. I need to see Ronnie and Kuva for these scores. Kuva is quite distinctive in his colouring. And so is Ronnie. He's got the Tottenham badge. And I can't see either of them. Put them in the chat. Yeah, some people are correct. For this game, I have gone for Kashmir 2, Eastern 1. And yet some people have correctly said that this game is in New Zealand. Guantanesca versus Punta Arenas. It was a game that's being played in Costa Rica. So this is the one that you've missed. Guantanesca versus Punta Arenas is the one I think you've missed. Let me have a look. Is it the one? Guanta versus Punta. Yeah, you've missed this one. Guantanesca versus Punta Arenas is what you've missed. Ronnie, you've put in 1-1. Sorry, Ronnie, I find you now 1-1. Peter Kagaya says 2-1, but Peter, I've not gone to the next game yet. I already had you in as 2-2, Peter. Right, so that's that one for you then, Dan. Right, so moving on. The next game is Polonia B versus Grodzisk M. Polonia B versus Grodzisk M. (2-0) for Colin Blackshaw. 2-0 for Adrian. So 2-0 for Adrian. That's that one end of the table. One the other end is Colin Blackshaw is also going 2-0. Edem's 2-0. Edem, these are simple scores. Edem 2-0. 1-3 for Andy. Andy, your 1-3 is there now. Rob Belcher 1-0. Sorry, 1-0 for Rob. Daniel, I'm missing just the one score, and that's the one I've put up, mate. It's too difficult for me to go back and try and find the score now. So it was just that one game, the Costa Rican game that I'm missing the score from. 1-0 for Rob Belcher. 1-2 for Carl Simpson. 1-2 Carl Simpson. 2-1 Jesse. See, Jesse doesn't cause me any problems. Jesse just puts a score in. Nita doesn't cause me problems. Drula don't cause me problems. They just put their score in. You know, they don't put their score in. They don't go running into Google and let's search this and let's search that. Where was Angle Noir again? If it wasn't Haiti, Burundi isn't even a country I've heard of. Shameful lack of knowledge. Neil says 2-0 sounds okay by me as well, says Daniel. Says Neil. So 2-0 for him as well. Potato stew is at 2-2. Potato stew. The potato is at 2-2. Who we got next? Gus Parker at 0-1. Gus at 0-1. And then we have Spurs GCTV at 2-1. Mr. Graham at 2-1. Sir, you are in. And then we have Johnny Bethnal Green at 0-2. BG at 0-2. And then after that, we have Ian Meth at 1-1. Ian at 1-1. And then after Ian at 1-1, we have Lee Wiz at 1-3. Lee Wiz at 1-3. Graditsky haven't lost all season, but playing second. I'm going for 1-2, says Paul G. It's amazing how you lot have all got the knowledge of all the leagues now. And a minute ago, one was like, us women are efficient, says Drula. Right. So I'm now missing Peter Kagayas, Alan, Mikey, Nita, Chris Peters, Ronnie, Kuva, Ryan G. Okay, so they've got 2-1 and a 1-3. Kuva has caught up. 2-1 and a 1-3. I haven't moaned, Jose. I've enjoyed this world. People are knowing. No, I said they know now about all the leagues. I didn't say moan. I said know now about all the leagues because you're all looking it up and you're all telling me information which I wouldn't have otherwise known from. But it's because you guys are looking it up now, which is good. It means we've gone around. I put now. Yeah, put now. You put them in them scores. I put now. I don't know if you've put my predictions for that game. You think I missed one of them. The other 4 games I put is 2-1, 2-1, 2-0, 2-0. That was the 4 of them. I have got you then as right. So are you telling me then that Punta Arenas you went in at 2-1? I'm going to put you in as 2-1 because I think that's what you're telling me. I've got 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-0 is what I've got, and now I need your score for this game. Then Polonia versus Grodzicki M. Chris Peters says 2-0. Ryan G, I'm missing this one. I'm missing Polonia versus Grodzicki. I have got Chris Peters in at 2-0. However, there is a team called Argonar in the Haitian League. Teams called Argonar, I never heard of them. One of them two come along nice. My head is full of useless knowledge, says Lord Rodney Trotter. Lord Rodney, at the end of the stream, I will be putting all the fixtures up, and if it's easier for you to do it then please do so. As I said, this is a bonus week, so if people that do enter will score points, and they will probably move up the table. People that don't enter this week wouldn't have scored anything, so it's a chance to catch people up. 1-2 for Ryan. And Mikey Moore's coming in with a 2-all. It's neat, huh? Peter Kagayas. I've done the first 2-2-1, the next 2-2-0. How have you got 3-2-1, mate? Right, okay. Right, Dan, right, this is where I'm getting confused, right? Without this one, you were missing from Punta Arenas, right? So let me go back to you. Just for you, Dan, I'm going to go back, right? I was missing from Punta Arenas. And now I've got to find Dan Coy's. Right, so Dan, the first 2 are 2-1. The second 2 are 2-0. Right, I put you in the second 2 at 2-0. What's the score for this game? I'm now on this one. What's your score for this one? I've put you in 2-1, 2-1, 2-0, 2-0. Now I need a score for this game, mate. Right, Ronnie's going in at 1-2. 1-2. I've got 2-1, 2-1, 2-0, 2-0. I now need this score for Polonia, please, mate. Right, Nita, I'm missing you still. Peter Kagayas, I'm missing you. And I'm missing Dan. Dan's going for 1-2 in this game. 1-2. Cheers, Dan. I've got you now. 1-2. I don't know when Nita and Peter Kagayas. Peter Kagayas did stick a team in earlier score, which was different to the previous one. He'd gone for 2-1, so I'm going to stick Peter Kagayas in for 2-1 because that's the score he's put in there. So I'm just missing Nita at the moment, and me, Nita and me. Oh, Nita's gone for 2-0. Sorry, Nita, my fault. I've just found it. Nita's gone for 2-0. Right, and then I've gone 0-1 in this game. So Jose's gone for 0-1. Yeah, I've got it. Whoever wins this week should get a Spurs shirt with a number 1 Levy on the back. I'm joking. I'll be screwed if I don't get more than 6 points, is what Nita says. I like glue and sticks, lol. 2 hours of guessing if the clubs actually exist, says Kuba. Sorry, Jose, if I'm being a bit of a prick. I'm sorry, mate. No, there's no worries at all. We've caught up with you. We're done. We're sorted. And I've gone for 0-1. And this game was being played in Poland. Polonia B versus Grzyński M was being played in Poland. Right, the next game, and we've got 4 to go. The next game is, and for the people that have joined late, which it will be Colin and Neil, I'll re-roll just for you two. The next game is Mladost Gats versus Radniki S. Mitrovica. Mouthful. Potato 4-0. So Potato Stew's going 4-0 for this game. Peter Kagaias is going in for 2-1. Peter K, 2-1. I'll be on glue after this, says Gus Parker. Andy L. Andy L. If you said 6-4. It's a tennis game. 6-4 for Andy. You got 1-2 for Cole Simpson. And Adrian is coming with a 3-1. It's just my personality, Daniel. The Wiz is coming for a 4-all. The Wiz is back on the 4-4s. The Wiz is back on goals. Oh, the Wiz hasn't come in 4-4. Sorry, my fault. Take that back out. 6-4 says the Wiz. I know the Wiz hasn't given me a score. I'm just getting confused because the Wiz is talking to someone else. Right, Edem 2-1. So I'll just wait for the Wiz to give me a score. Edem's gone in at 2-1. Paul G's gone in at 2-0. Paul G is 2-0. Serbs is a Daigle for Gus Parker. Gus Parker's going for a Daigle. Nita's going for a 5-0. Nita's up here and she's gone for 5-0 in this game. Drew Lala's gone for 2-1. Jesse's gone for 3-1. Jess 3-1. Drew Lala 2-1. Let me find Drew La. Drew La 2-1. Rob Belcher 0-0. We haven't had many 0-0s this week. Always good to have some. I think there should be a golden point. Like when on the roulette table, you've got 0 is green and it's different to red and black. And you get 33 times, 33 to 1, I think, is for the green. If you've got the 0. If you've got a 0-0 draw, we might throw in some bonuses in the future. Suppose that Graham's going for 3-1. Graham's going for 3-1. Mr. Allen, with the cheek of it, I'll come to your 6-4 for the Wiz. I'll come to what you said in a minute, which I think is hilarious. 6-4 as well for the Wiz. 2 of them gave me a 6-4 victory. Of course, I'm very familiar with these 2 teams. What a rivalry. 1-0 for Allen. There we go. This is what I like. I knew there'd be loads of banter with this selections this week. Daniel Coys is 2-0. Dan 2-0. Neil 1-all. Neil 1-all. Ryan 2-0. Whoops, Ryan down there is at 2-0. And then we have Radnicki Mitrovica sounds like a player all on his own. Kuba says Eastern European B team 3, other Eastern European B team 1. It's a 3-1 for Kuba. Then we have Ronnie at 3-2. Mikey Romero at 3-2. Mikey Romero, 3-2. And then we have Johnny Bethnal Green, El Vasco, 1-1. 1-1 to El Vasco. 6-4, third time lucky for the Wiz. Got ya. Old Yugoslavia, think Serbia, says Ed M. You are all wrong, as Mitrovica are world class, says Carl Simpson. Assuming it's Serbian purely because Alexander Mitrovic, it says Kuva. Actually, I was just thinking that way wrong, says Gus Parker. Gus Parker says Kuva. That's just Mitrovic playing rush goalie. We are missing, if I'm right, we are missing Ian Meth. I'm missing Chris Peters. And I'm missing Colin Blackshaw. I'll quickly scan to see whether these three are in. If they're not, I will move on to the next game. So the three that I said that I was missing are Colin B, Chris P, Ian Meth. Right, they're the three I said I was missing. And go down the list here. Chris Peters coming as 2-0. Chris Peters is coming as 2-0. Chris Peters, 2-0 for Chris Peters. And I've got a 1-2 for Colin Blackshaw. So I guess I'm just missing one person. And that person would be, I'm missing Ian Meth. But for me, I've gone for Mladosh Gat. Ian Meth said 2-1. Okay, sorry, I've got Ian's then. I've gone for Mladosh Glat 2 and Radzinski 1. Sorry, nil. 2-0 I've gone for. Right, 3 games to go. Right, and that was, for anyone that needs to know, that was in Serbia. The next game is the Bazaar Brothers versus Cote d'Or. Bazaar Brothers versus Cote d'Or. I give you the Bazaar d'Or, please, people. Adrian is coming with 1-0. The Bazaar Brothers versus Cote d'Or. 2-1 potato stew. 2-1 potato stew. 3-2 for Andy. 3-2 Randy. 1-3 for Rob Belcher. 1-3 for Rob Belcher. I got 0-2 for Colin Blackshaw. 0-2 for Colin Blackshaw. I have a 0-2 for Graham. 0-2. 0-2 for Graham. Carl Simpson's 2, and I don't know what the other score is because Carl, you haven't given me the other side of the score. Carl, you haven't given me the other side of the score. Drula 1-3. You're missing a digit or 2. 1-3 for Drula. How bizarre. How bizarre 1-2 for Edem. Edem 1-2. Nita 1-2. Ronnie 0-0. Oh, Ronnie's thrown his 0-0 in as well. 0-0 for Ronnie. And Nita is 1-2. Nita 1-2. Where's We Are Tottenham TV? That's where We Are Tottenham TV. In it, these teams are fucking bizarre. You got that right. 0-2 for Ian Meth. 0-2. I do have a question for you guys at the end, but there we go. 0-2. 2-3 says Carl. So the number that was missing was a 3. 2-3. I'm being on the Bazaar Brothers duo. 2-1 for Alan. Let me have a look. 2-1 for Alan. Gus Parker is going with 2-1 as well. Gasparka 2-1. And then you've got the Bazaar Brothers 0-1 for Ryan G. Chuckle Brothers 3, either or 3. 3-3 for the Wiz. Johnny Bethnal Green is going for 0-2. Neil's going for 2-2. And then we've got Jesse's going for 1-2. I've already got a score for you. I've got 0-2, Jesse, but I can change that to 1-2. Ian Meth says football in the Seychelles. Mikey Romero, 1-4. Kuva 0-2. At least I know where Cote d'Or is. Okay. I'm betting on the Bazaar Brothers Duo 2-1. The Seychelles Prem we are in now, says Ryan D. I'm hoping Brothers doesn't suggest there's only 2 of them. Kuva rather have Cote d'Or. Chris Peters is going for 0-2. Chris Peters, you're in at 0-2. Ryan Afot, everyone's having a crack at this football lark, says Gus Parker. Sorry I'm late. I've missed all the matches. Ellie, I will put them in after the stream. I'll put them in on the stream and you can just then give them to me from there. Daniel Coys is going 0-2. Daniel Coys is going for 0-2. Last game, actually, no, it's 2 to go. 2 to go. 6 games played in this league so far. Ryan 7. Have they only got 1 ball between them? Cheers, Ryan, mate, for the weekly update on the Seychelles League. Don't fuck with the Bazaar Brothers. They'll do ya. Jose, I'll pop up the matches in your WhatsApp group, hun. I will post them on the stream. The people that I'm missing at the moment is Paul G, Johnny Bethnal Green, and Peter Kagaias are the 3 that I'm missing. I may have missed you, but I'm looking for Peter, Paul G, Johnny Bethnal Green. Have I missed you? Is it down to me that I've missed you? Let me go back and have a look. Paul G says no worries. Paul G, Ian Meth. I've got Ian Meth, Gus Parker, Ian Meth, Paul G, Ian Meth. Where's Paul G? Where's Paul G? Where's Paul G? Ian Meth, Peter Kagaias, 3-1. Good old Peter has got his scoring. 3-1 for Peter. So I guess I'm just missing then Paul G and Johnny Bethnal Green. Guarantee the league was started by an English tourist, says Gus Parker. This country more renowned for its holiday destination than its actual football league, says Dan Coys. Like Johnny Bethnal Green, Bazaar Brothers versus Cote d'Or, please. Bazaar Brothers versus Cote d'Or. Johnny Bethnal Green says mine was 2-0. Sorry, Johnny, I didn't see it, mate. I didn't see it. I've whisked back and I hadn't seen it, so I'm very sorry about that. And Paul G, I'm missing Paul G as well. But what I'll do is I'll go to the penultimate game of the week. And then please remember that I've got to roll back. Ellie, do you know what? I've got to roll back and do them again. So if you hang on, when I roll back and do them, start from here else. Because when I roll back and do them, because I've got to do Colin Blackshaw and Neil, then I can cover you as well. So if you want to start, Queen, you start now on this one. And then I'll do the rollback. Yeah? That a deal, Ellie? Ellie, is that a deal? If it is a deal, Ellie, we can start from here. Right. How about I got Paul G? Peter Kagaias came in. Right, so I haven't got Paul G, and I don't know whether Ellie's coming in because she's in and out. So, right, the penultimate game of the weekend is Gijón versus Granada. Gijón versus Granada is the penultimate game. Gijón versus Granada. Sporting Gijón versus Granada. For people that don't understand, it's Sporting Gijón, but it's 1-1. Vindaloo, I'm going to do the rollback. So if you want to start now, you can do, and then I'm going to roll them back. because I've got to roll them back for a couple of other people. So if you want to do it, Vindaloo, start from here. Anyone that's late, start here. If you start here, I can roll back and do the others with you. Right, so that answers that. So I don't know where Ellie's gone, because I did ask Ellie she wanted to roll it, but Gus Parker's going in with a 1-1 draw. Gus Parker. Gus is going in 1-1. I'm sure. Finally, actually, a game where I've heard of both teams. I knew Dan Coys would be happy. I knew it. I knew that Dan would be happy. I knew whatever happened, I would make Dan happy today. And I have done. Look at that. I've finally made Dan the man the happiest he's been in a long, long while. Because he knows these two teams. Or he's heard of them. Doesn't know nothing about them, but he's heard of them. Spurs diehards 2-1. Or am I being too early in predicting that he doesn't know nothing about them? 2-1 for Adrian, 2-1 for Jesse. 2-1 for Jesse. And then we have, after that, we have 2-1 for Jesse. We have 2-1 for Carl as well. And then Drula's come in with her prediction of 1-2. Potato stews are 2-0. And then Drula is down here somewhere, up there somewhere. 1-2 for Drula. Excellent. Got Drula's in. Potato stew. Wiz Kid is 4-0. So Wiz is Wiz has gone for lots of goals. God, I'd love to be on a betting slip for Wiz because he scores loads. Finally, yes, we know you're so happy. Spurs GCTV is going 2-0. Graham is for 2-0. Graham 2-0. Sorry, in the last game, Bazaar versus the Coat, I've gone for 0-2. So 0-2. I've gone for Coat to beat Bazaar 0-2. Alan Rapdos Madness, where are you? I've put you in there. Rob Belcher 2-1. No, I haven't done the other person's. Rob Belcher 2-1. Vindaloo Anita 1-0. Sorry, let me just go in order. Otherwise, I get shot at. Right, that's Paul G. So it's Nita. Nita's going 1-0. Vindaloo is going for 2-1. Vindaloo is here at 2-1. We have Vindaloo in at 2-1. Then I have Johnny Bethnal Green at 3-0. El Vasco has spoken. 3-0 for El Vasco. And then after El Vasco, we have Edemson. Kevin Moran played for Sporting Gijon. Ian Meth is going for 1-0. Ian Meth is going for 1-0. And then we have Gijon 1, Granada 2. If this isn't Spanish, then I give in Jose. You win. Cuba 1-2. Cuba has gone for 1-2. Ronnie's gone for 2-1. Ronnie 2-1. Gus Parker is talking. Mikey Romero 2-1. Colin Blackshaw 1 apiece. Right, Colin Blackshaw 1-1. And who did I say? It was Mikey R that's got the 2-1. Mikey R has the 2-1. Didn't Tony Adams manage Granada? Big up chat. I was a bit late doing shopping in Ipswich. Granada's independent Manc TV from the 80s. This is La Segunda. Santiago is now playing for Elche in Segunda. And Alan is going for a 0-3. Alan. Who's going for a 0-3? Why do I have Ratdos? No, there he is. He's there. 0-3. 0-3 for Alan. How can Daniel not be happy? He's looking down at us being top. Wow, teams I actually know, says Ryan G. Thanks, Heather, for your time. Great show. There's one score left. There's one score left, I think. Tris Peters is coming in at 2-all. There's one score left. 3-1 with Daniel Coys. 3-1 with Daniel Coys. Ryan G 2-1. Ryan G 2-1. Okay, I'm going for one last go. Cheers. League dots. Neil 3-1. Right, so who am I missing? Sorry, I was just looking at saying. Right, Paul G I'm missing 2 games from. And then apart from that, Ellie, I don't know whether Ellie wanted to put one in for Granada, because Ellie, I'm just about to roll them all back. Right, so for me, I've gone for Gijón 2, Granada 0. Yeah, I've gone for Gijón 2, Granada 0. Now, after this last game, we roll back for Colin, Neil, Ellie, Vindaloo. Yeah. Right. The last prediction for everyone is West Hamos versus U Soups. Right, and as we say that, thank you very much, Chris Peters has just put in a super chat. It says, big up Jose for this as usual. Top man. No, thank you very much, Chris, for being here. Thank you very much for being here. Let me just catch up with these scores. So West Hamos versus U Soups. Got a few people said they've enjoyed the predictions today. What's this Ham versus? This is a legit game. Can't even find the league. Come on, people. West Hamos, you know the West Hamos and the U Soups. You telling me, guys, that you lot are stuck on this game? Cool. West Hamos versus U Soups. Daniel says, I'll decide if I've enjoyed it after I see you do the stands on Monday. Chris Peter says, can't find the teams. Ryan G says, are you trolling us with this one, Jose, and laughing? All I'm going to ask you guys is, how many points do you think you're going to score this week? How many points do you think you're going to score this week? Adrian says that these two could be university teams. Interesting. These two could be university teams. You're taking the piss, Judah says to me. Our guest Jamaica says LM. West Hamos is a flavour. Lee Wiz, West Hamos is a flavour of use. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, you lot are making me laugh. You lot are making me laugh. Right, so how many points do you... So Kuva reckons he's going to get 24 points. Neil says he's going to get 0. Ryan G says he's going to get 10ish. Gus Parker says 2. Adrian says he's going to get 0. Gus Parker says it's got to be your 6-a-side teams. Daniel Coy says 48 points, easy work. Okay, easy work, Dan Coy says. Andy says he's going to get 0 points. Jessie says she's going to get 0 points. Right, let you into a little secret. This game is not actually a game of football, and they're actually not two teams. Someone told me to put in West Hamos as one of the teams, and I put it in as West Hamos versus U Soups. I made the team U-Soups up because I was told to do it for a joke, and that's what I've done. And all of you didn't question it. All of you started putting in all the predictions in for this game. And then when you couldn't find it, you're saying, "Are you winding us up?" So yeah, it was a little joke between me and somebody else. It was between me and somebody else. I thought you lot would have cottoned on to this a lot sooner. Aye. And there's Kuva saying, "Look, I'm fessing up. I asked Jose to do it, but Kuva told me to do the West Hamos part. I just had to pick someone to go with it. So I said, West Hamos, you soups." But no, thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to go back to. I'm going to go back. It's brilliant because you lot just. Oh, Potato Stew says he's going to get less than 6. Sounds like teams we had at uni, like Into Your Little Sister, says Ian Meth. Right. I'm going to go back to thank God nobody decided to use. Who did he say? Thank God no one decided to use West Ham United as a name to bastardize. Have a good night, all. I hope to have got all the scorers in. Need to go and cook. Peter Kagaias is coming for 1-2. Peter, West Hamos versus U-Soups 1-2. And then you've got Epic by Cuba. I just want more than 6. You dropped that nicely, Jose, says Nita. Cheers, Jose. Catch you later, says Graham. You pricks, says Ed M. Right, for the people, can we all have 3 points, please? Kuva, all I've got to say to you, mate, is it worked. It worked. Right, now, Colin Blackshaw, Neil, Ellie, Vindaloo. The first game for you guys is Harach versus US Chaya. Right? And this game is taking place in Algeria. So I need your predictions. And this is for Vindaloo, Queen Ellie, Neil, Colin Blackshaw, and anybody that wants to join in from now. You can do, but the first game is Harach versus US Chaya. Potato Stew says, haha, smelt fishy. Big up Grimsby. Thank you everyone for your time. Neil is coming in with 2-all. Right, so I've got 2-all from Neil. And I have a 1-all from Colin Blackshaw. 1-all. Now I need Vindaloo and Queen Ellie. If Queen Ellie's still here, Vindaloo's going 2-1. I ain't going to catch you out on the second time, am I? When I do West Ham versus U-Soups again, I won't catch you out again, will I? Did he just make a fake game up? Has the 16th game, or are we not getting the 16th game? Daniel Coys, the game that you're missing, mate. The game that you're missing is West Hamos versus U-Soups. That's the game you're missing, Daniel. Alan. U-Soups. Okay. So it's a 2-all draw for Alan. And then catch you all later. Thank you, Jose. Lee Whiskett says, cheers, Jose. That was funny as. Beer Shop is calling. Big love all. Thank you very much, guys. Listen, have a lovely weekend. There is a member show tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. If you want to join in to the member show and you're members, please come along tomorrow to the member show. The next game that I'm going to go with, I'm guessing that Ellie's not around, so I'll go with it. Gus Parker, I ain't a muppet, Jose. You ain't getting me with that, mate, says Daniel Coyce. Gus Parker says, I'm sticking with you soups to win. Right, for Colin, Neil, Queen Ellie, Vindaloo, the second game of the week is Bravos do Marquis versus CD Lundasol. Kuba says, you soups. I'm out on my drink. Well, I was going to put Kuba. It sounded a lot better than putting you melts. West Hamos versus you melts. I reckon I would have got away with whatever I'd put on there for Kuba. Right. Second game for you 3 people is Bravos dos Marquis versus CD Lundasol. Listen, if you can't laugh, you know what I mean? You've got to have a laugh. You've got to enjoy something. You've got to smile. It's funny. It's funny as. And you guys will make everything. So I said that today would be all about banter. I did say that. As soon as I prepared these games and they're out of the norm, I said this would happen. 3-0 for Colin Blackshaw. Right, for you 3 guys that are still playing, This game is being played in Angola. Yeah, you've all predicted this game. This game is being played in Angola. So for them 3 people that have joined late, the next game that you've got is Nueva Chicago versus Quilmes. Nueva Chicago versus Quilmes. Vindaloo says, what's this then? A raffle now? Oh, no, there's no raffle, son. There's no raffle. Neil is going for a 1-1 draw in this game. Neil is going for a 1-1 draw. And who we got? They got Vindaloo and Colin will come back to me on this one. Nueva Chicago versus Quilmes. Colin Blackshaw is coming in with 2-0 for this game. And Vindaloo's coming with 2-1. This game is being played in Argentina. It's a playoff match between Nueva Chicago and Quilmes in Argentina. I think it's Argentina's 2nd division, this match. The next game of the weekend is Andranik versus Bet On It. Yeah, I just find it funny you decide to do these weird arse fixtures the moment I open a 12-point lead up at the top of the league. Like I said, Jose, well played, mate. I've been grinning so much my chest hurts, says Kuva. Daniel, I did say last week that I was going to go and find games from far and wide, but I was aware that there was an international break. So there'd be teams that we never heard of. I promised. I've made on my promise on what I said last week. The only thing is that, at the end of the day, you're thinking it's weird and that. But I did say this. I said it last week. No, Neil, this is an actual game. This is Adranik versus Bet On It. Vindaloo's going 1-2. This is an actual game, guys. There is nothing wrong with being a muppet sometimes. No fun is keeping it straight all the time, says Nia. Kuva, do you think if I put down you melts, I would have got away with it? West Hamos versus you melts. I reckon I would have done. 1-2. And Colin Blackshaw's going in at 1-0. This game is being played in the Armenian League. So this is in Armenia, and this game here. The next game that we've got for you guys that are still playing is Haditsky versus Bratstvo Grananica. Good up on these types of games, Daniel says Trula. Kuba's agreeing that I probably would have got away with you melts. Oh my lord. After the other names, it seems quite sensible, says Neil. Trula, I was chatting shite, mate. Right, so Colin, Neil, Vindaloo, Haditsky versus Bratstvo Grananica. Or Grakanica. Please. Vindaloo's going for a 2-2 draw. Colin's going for a 1-1 draw. And Neil's going for a 3-3 draw. They sound like the draws, these people. 3-3 for Neil and 1-1 for Colin. Right, this game is being played in Bosnia. Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's in league. I think it was in Division 2 this weekend. The next game for you 3 people is Amazonas versus Goiás. Amazonas versus Goiás for the 3 people that are currently playing. So this is for Colin, Neil, and Vindaloo. Amazonas versus Goiás. Daniel Coy says, looks like I'm getting humbled this weekend. So Neil's gone for 2-1. 2-1. 3-0 for Colin Blackshaw. And then Vindaloo says, this is taking the piss now. No, it's not. I just need your score, Vindaloo. Colin and Neil, you're done. You've got all your scores in. The only person to do the scores now will be Vindaloo. You 2 are now done. You've got all your scores in. Vindaloo, Amazonas versus Goiás, 2-1. This game for you, Vindaloo, is being played in the Brazilian 2nd division. The next game for you, Vindaloo, is Minor Pernik versus Prin Blagrovad. Just for Vindaloo now. Thanks, Neil. Much appreciated. So thank you, Jose. Another great show. Thank you, Neil. Thank you very much, sir. I hope you enjoyed it. 3-1 for Vindaloo. Vindaloo, this game is being played in Bulgarian League, this game. The next game for you, Vindaloo, is Aigle Noir versus Olympic S. Some people are saying that this is going to be, this may be postponed, but it wasn't postponed when I set it all up. So we're still putting a score in for it. And if it is postponed, then that won't count. But otherwise, Aigle Noir versus Olympic S. 1-3. Right. This game, Vindaloo, is being played in Burundi. Burundi in Africa. The next game we've got is Guantanesca versus Punta Arenas, Vindaloo. Guantanesca versus Punta Arenas. Daniel Coy says Vindaloo's winging it just like his jokes. Guantanesca versus Punta Arenas, please, Vindaloo. Right, that game is being played in Costa Rica for you, Vindaloo, just so you know. The next game for you, Vindaloo, is Dagipolye versus Orient. Right, this game is being played in Croatia, this Dagpjol versus Orient. And the next game that we move on to, Vindaloo, is Greensburg. I will get back to finishing off prepping my tea now. That was a good laugh, and all the best to everyone who joined in. Bye, says Neil. Thank you very much, Neil. Thanks, Jose and chat. Have a good weekend. See you. Tottenham till I die. Nita, well done. Thank you very much, Nita. Vindaloo's going for a 2 draw. Vindaloo, it'll be no surprise to you that this game is being played in Holland this weekend. And the next game for you, sir, is Kashmir Technicals versus Eastern Suburbs. Kashmir Technicals versus Eastern Suburbs. He don't concentrate, Vindaloo, does he? He just wants to keep going at people. If he had joined earlier on in the show, he would have had a lovely time. And I'm not saying he's not having a lovely time now, but he could have, put his jokes in with all these teams and stuff like that. And it would have been well received at the time because a lot of other people were making jokes. 2-2 for Vindaloo. Vindaloo, this game that you're currently looking at between Kashmir and Eastern, it's been played in New Zealand. The next game that we've got for you, sir, is Polonia B versus Grodzki M. Polonia B versus Grodzki M. We're nearly at the end. There's 3 more games after this, and then you're done. Or sorry, no, you're on to the last 3 games that you need to do. So, yeah, Polonia B versus Grodzisk M. Winging it, says Vindaloo. 1-2 for Vindaloo. Vindaloo, this game is being played in Poland. And the next game for you is Mladosh Gat versus Radniki S. Mitrovica. Good evening, Mr. Harmless Spud. I hope you're well. I'm doing the international predictions this week at the end of the show. I'll be leaving them on the end of the stream. If you want to join in, Spud, just join in. And you can do your predictions as well. You're more than welcome to join. The more the merrier. I think with Andy joining today, it takes us to 98. So we need 2 more people to play in order to get to the 100. So it'd be good to get to the 100. But yeah, if you want to play, like I said, I'll be leaving them after the stream. Vindaloo 1-1. Right, the last one you need to predict, Vindaloo. And this game, sorry, Vindaloo, was being played in Serbia. And the last game for you, Vindaloo, is Bazaar Brothers versus Côte d'Or. Bazaar Brothers versus Côte d'Or. And this game, for people, is being played in the Seychelles League. So that means that we've reached, as far as I'm aware, we've reached 4 continents out of 5 in the international fixtures that we've done. Got to go for the brothers, says Vindaloo. What's the score going to be, Vindaloo? 3-1 for the brothers. Right, Vindaloo, you're in, mate. I've got all your scores. Yes, thank you very much, everyone who watched. Thank you very much to all of you that took part. I must admit, it was absolutely funny doing it today. I've laughed. I know that you guys have probably laughed. Guys have probably been swearing on the screen, on your screens at home or on your phones. You've probably been swearing, thinking this Jose is winding us up. There's no such leagues. This doesn't occur. Blah blah blah. But it does. It does. It does occur. These are the teams that are there for this week. So yes, so thank you to everyone. Tomorrow there will be a prediction show. Yes, tomorrow there will be a prediction. Sorry, not prediction. What am I talking about? Tomorrow there will be a member show at 10. So if you're a member, you're more than welcome to come on. Sunday we've got a show for the ladies' takeover. If Ellie's not well, Ash will host, and she will have someone with her on Sunday, and that's again at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. And then on Monday I'll do the prediction show for this. But we'll see how people have gone. I hope you lot have had fun doing it. I really do hope you've had fun doing it. And bar humbug to those that said, I ain't doing none of this. Just put me down for 2-1. You could just imagine their faces as they type. But hopefully they'll be back in a better. Hopefully they'll have a really good weekend and back in a better mood for predictions next week. Yeah. So it's been I enjoyed watching you in the hippies chat the other day, says Ryan G. Daniel Coy says, I'll be real, Jose. I'm disappointed though, mate. There's no Mozambique football in the predictions. Do you know what? I did say this, Daniel. The deeper I got into this, the more I could have done, honestly, if I had the time and everyone was prepared to grin and bear it, I could have done a 6-hour, 8-hour show. I found so many games in so many leagues throughout the world. And it's surprising how many different leagues are still operating. Even if they're lower leagues, they're still operating all throughout the world. I mean, look at that. I didn't touch League One, League Two, didn't touch the National League, didn't touch the FA Vars, didn't touch Scottish Championship, Scottish One, Scottish Two, Highlands League, Lowlands League, Welsh League, Irish League, the Irish Cup. There's so much that we could have added into this, but I just felt, this is the way to go. Just pick. And once I got to 16, I thought, that might be enough, and we can see what happens. Ryan G did, yeah, man, we were having fun. Funniest stream so far. You can sense the rage from people, says Kuvet, and I certainly could, mate. I certainly could. Cheers for the predictions. I enjoyed that. Thank you for your time and hard work. No worries at all. And then, yeah, so thank you very much, everyone. I wish you all a really, really good weekend, man. I really wish you all a good weekend. And yeah, as always, it's I'm going to thank. Let me thank Chris Peters, because Chris Peters put in a super chat in there. So thank you very much, Chris Peters, for your super chat. And thank you all for watching. Thank each and every one of you for watching. It was yeah, superb. And I'm going to go and get ready to go and play football now. So if you're around tomorrow and you fancy a bit of the member show, then please become a member. If you are a member, then just come on tomorrow and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about tomorrow. The show's yours. So thank you very much, everyone. Listen, have a really good weekend. Peace to everyone. Come on, you Spurs. And in the big Ange, I trust. Take care, everyone. See ya.